Welcome back to the Oddcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Ricky.
And I'm Israel.
And we're just three odd dudes who are doing a podcast.
Yeah, today we're having Israel here, and we're just hanging out talking with him because he's our friend, and we talk about him a lot on the podcast.
Yeah,
so,
we were discussing today, we probably talk about him more often than we talk about our own wives on this podcast.
Yeah, and he is a more faithful listener.
That's true.
Definitely than your wife.
Yeah, I know. My
wife's pretty close on up to date.
Yeah, my wife has Tony's probably not listened to the last like 6 of them. I'm going to be real.
Yeah.
She won't listen to this, so she won't even know that I just said that about her.
Yeah, haha, Tony.
Yeah.
So, Israel, how's it feel to be in the studio?
It's good, man. I'm happy I'm finally here.
Yeah.
I've been watching for a while, so it's dope to be here.
Yeah, long-time listener, longer-time friend.
Yeah, definitely.
Real quick, I would like to point out Paul's wearing like the most comfiest blanket, the cheetah print blanket in the back.
That blanket, if you remember, that blanket is from my bachelor party when we had to go to Walmart because I forgot to book the Airbnb for the long enough days.
I have 2 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know. They're great. They look great.
Well, you guys ready to get into talk about our friendship and all the other goodness that is us hanging out together?
Yep.
Let's get to the Oddcast.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're here.
Yeah.
And Israel's here. And, you know, to be honest, second woo of the day. To be honest, we didn't have a huge plan of what we wanted to do. We wanted to just bring Israel in because you're the first official guest in the studio.
Wow, yeah, I guess I am. Because I was thinking Paul was another person who recorded for the 3, but he's the captain, so.
Yeah,
he's part of the production team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Has he gotten the captain title back?
I think we have to give him the captain title back. It's like his stake in it.
That's true. Okay, you can be the captain again, Paul.
Woo!
Third woo of the day.
Three woos.
Another woo. We're a bunch of woo boys. Well, oh my gosh, again, I don't remember what I was about to say because I started going to woo boys and I couldn't think of anything else.
Let's first go into just a brief history of how we know Israel. You know, so that people know who he is.
How we know or how each of us know?
Each of us kind
Are we
of know
talk
him in the
about
same
him like
way.
he's not here while he's here?
Sure, yeah, we can do that if you want. And then he can. It'll be like he's like a third party viewer and just commenting.
It's an out of body experience for Israel. He's just like, oh, interesting.
It's like one of those YouTube commenters, you know. He'll pause us.
How does this make you feel as we talk about you as you're in the room? Is it different than listening to us talk about you when you're not in the room?
Oh, man. That's such a deep question. I don't know. There were so many layers.
We'll get to that. Go ahead. Tell us about how you came to know Israel.
Well, I probably came to know Israel in the same place you did, which was church in like middle school. I just remember him.
I was not in middle school.
You weren't in middle school, but I was in middle school. I was like a year older than you, 2 years older. I don't remember.
I think like 2, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And I just remember like, for some reason, I have this random memory of you like dancing on a table with Gavin. I don't know if it ever happened, but that's what I have a memory of. Yeah.
Man, that does not
That's
even
what I
sound
have.
like me.
It sounds like you now. I know it totally sounds like you. You've told me a story about that, like when you did that in high school at your school
well,
where everybody was
like
cowboys.
Chino him, not.
Maybe not. It doesn't really
Phoenix.
remind me of middle school Israel, but for some reason I have that memory. It could be fake. I don't know.
You were dreaming about me?
Yeah, I was. I was dreaming about you.
You're pretty dreamy, man.
You are.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, my memories are all church related, but I was way older than you. Well, way older, church wise. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, Israel and I kind of grew up in church and then became leaders together. Once you were graduated, and once I was back. I left for a couple years during college, but then came back and we led together, did the middle school stuff. So it was fun.
Yeah. Now look at us.
We're the goofy one. We were the goofy ones.
Yeah.
You are tall. It just kind of goes tall and goofy.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
true.
Like Goofy. In
Is
the Goofy movie.
tall?
Yeah, he's tall.
Oh, okay.
He's like a Great Dane or
Paul,
something.
Google how tall Goofy is. I'm gonna say he's like 6'8" to 6 foot.
Well, does
How do they measure that? Is it like per basic dog? Yeah, what?
I don't know, but I'm willing to bet if he Googles it, there is a number in there, and it's between 6'8" and 6'11.
Does that account for his hat?
I think they keep him under.
That's a good question.
For his hat, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like he has a tall hat, but he
doesn't always wear his hat. I would say it doesn't account for his hat.
I feel like he does always wear his hat. No, but I think typically
you
wouldn't count that as you know,
yeah, I guess
you
he
wouldn't count
doesn't
that
have it
as
in the
somebody's
In
height.
the movie, he doesn't wear it all the time. Man, that's such an underrated movie, though.
It's so good.
Powerline, the best movie scene in any animation movie. That's
That's a big
amazing.
statement.
That is a huge statement.
That dancing scene where he is just going off with his song. Oh, I would just get it as a kid. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be Powerline when I'm older.
I did want to be called Max as a kid because I thought Max was just so cool.
He was.
I was like,
cool.
what if my name was Max? I'd be
Yeah.
way cooler than I am.
Instead
Look at me now,
instead
man.
of Xander?
Yeah.
Oh, here's what we can talk about. If we started a podcast,
All three of us?
yeah, and he's Xander and I'm Blaze, what would your name be? We've talked about this before, but now we've got you on the spot. Now you have to say something that's going to be recorded for all eternity.
Yeah, well, your guys' names are chosen. How did you guys pick your names in the first place?
It was
His
a
is just his name.
complete like spur of the moment
Yeah.
thing. My name was just Xander because my name's Alexander, and then he was just like, and I'm Blaze, and it
Yeah.
always stuck.
Yeah,
don't
but
know
aren't
what-
those kind of like, not like frat boy names,
No,
but
they're frat boy names.
okay, yeah.
So like, what's your gut instinct? You're just like, if I'm going frat boy and you're reinventing yourself and your best friends are Blaze and Xander, you're...
Big is? I don't know. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Big
I like that.
He's the biggest.
He does sound like the host of the podcast, though. If he's big is,
Oh, that's true. It does make sense you'd sit in the middle too. Then,
Yeah.
like you are just the narrator of what's
Yeah.
gonna happen in the big.
that's amazing. Next we got to get Paul sometime.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to come up with it though. I'm not gonna name myself.
I think he's just Pauly G. And we just go off
Pauly
the Jersey
Pauly
Shore
G.
stuff.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
good. That
Like,
works. Paul, did you find out how tall Goofy is?
I know that his shoe size is 18 and a half.
oh,
Dang.
wow. That's almost
He's-
as big as Shaq.
Yeah, he's probably like
If
you
they
said,
have a shoe
6'11".
size, they have to know how tall he
I
is.
can't.
Well,
find
is there
his
any
height.
way you can configure height from shoe sizes? Like
I
average
guarantee
height for
you,
big feet or
There's
something like that?
there's got to be like a scene in some Mickey Mouse show where one of them has a ruler, and if you take that ruler, that foot long ruler, and then size up everything in the shot, you could probably figure out how tall he is.
That's true.
People do that all the
There's gotta
time on YouTube with like Mario or something. What are you looking
Yeah,
at?
have you seen the like the TikToks where the guy does stuff like that where he like takes the average size of something in that room and then uses all the dimensions based on the proportion of the angle and all this other stuff, and he can come out to the size of like people and different things. Like there's this one girl that she was like, I'm 7 foot tall or something like that, and he's like, no, based off this door height, and I'm taking the average door. And he does all these videos to like debunk stuff or figure out how tall people are. It's so funny.
No, I
Because
haven't.
he does
seen
all
that.
this math.
Does
But-
he only do cartoon characters or like?
no,
real
he does
people?
like real other people's TikTok videos. He analyzes their stuff. It's so funny.
That's such a weird like.
Yeah.
I don't know if hobby's the right
Account,
word, but
even.
yeah, just
Yeah.
like weird videos to upload.
Hey man,
Just
you know?
debunking
But it's
other
definitely
humans' claims.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Like when you get lost in YouTube and you're just like watching videos that are entertaining but
Yeah.
make no sense.
The YouTube.
There is something about
Wheel.
when somebody puts so much thought into something that's so useless, it's kind of entertaining. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I'm trying to look up how tall Goofy is. We have to come to a number for that. Someone's got to know.
Yeah,
What
I can't find a single thing.
what Mickey Mouse characters would you guys be?
Goofy. No, I'd be Pluto.
I'd be Max, man. I was Max for Halloween last year.
Yeah.
That's true, you were.
And I had
What
the
would you be?
glasses. Yeah, who would you be?
Man.
See,
Mhm.
you got to be ready to answer these questions if you ask them.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm the host. I'm just
Yeah.
here with you guys. I'm
This
just
is
here
not
doing you
Blaze
guys.
Xander and Big Is right now, man. This
Oh.
is two odd dudes. You are a
yeah.
guest right now. You can't try and take over the host of this show already. I'm going to find this. I don't even care if I don't talk anymore on this podcast. I'm going to figure out how tall Goofy is.
You and Paul are both looking it up right now.
The
Yeah.
only information is that his shoe size is 18 and a half. That's it.
There's no episode where they talk about how tall he is?
No,
there has to be
just
one.
the animators have talked about how big his shoes are.
If you go to Disneyland and there's somebody dressed up as him, he's probably like 6'11". Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about like a
Yo,
Disneyland
but this
worker?
picture, look at that. That's a little kid, and he's on his knee, and the kid goes to his shoulders. He is definitely like 6'11".
Yeah, he's got to be pretty tall.
But aren't the like people in the costumes always bigger?
No,
Yeah.
like the like actual superheroes and stuff are like actual people just in normal costumes.
Yeah, I guess I just thought like full body like suits.
Like
Maybe
a
they
like
were
Chip and
always
the
Dale.
bigger.
Chippendales, yeah. But
Yeah.
that's just because they're suit. But the Mickey has to be pretty small. They're not that tall.
Do they have to be short actors?
Yeah,
and
I think
actresses
so.
who go in there? That makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know. My wife would know like the exact height of all that because she's just a Disney nerd. I say with all affection and dearness in my heart. All right, here we go. I'm gonna find this, but let's talk about something interesting. Israel, Big Is.
We're here.
Yeah. So, you know, we talk a lot about fashion and shoes. And
we don't.
you guys don't.
Not really.
So I want to know, what's your go-to conversation that you guys have together?
Well, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, we talk
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of
We
like
already talked about that earlier
comics
today.
and
Dang
movies
it, I should
and
have saw that
stuff
coming.
like
I thought that was a great interview question. Okay,
That's-
what's your thoughts on the upcoming Spider-Man? You
Oh, it
hyped?
looks good.
Oh,
it looks
no.
good. I'm looking forward to one character. If you guys have seen Spider-Man 2, it's a brief.
Tobey
it's a brief
Maguire
scene.
one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tobey Maguire. Brief scene where Spider-Man leaves with the pizzas to deliver it, and there's a guy who goes, "Hey, I think he stole that guy's pizza." That's all I'm looking for.
And he's
for the new
rumored to
Spider-Man.
return.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Return of the King. The
So
pizza-
you're saying
the
of
pizza guy.
all the people rumored to return, if he doesn't return, the movie's a flop. Dude.
Oh, absolutely.
That would honestly be the funniest moment, though. Like, if
If
I'm
he
in
was
theaters
in
and
that-
that happens, I'm going to scream. It's going to be so
if he's
amazing.
in that movie.
Are we going to see it together
Oh yeah.
when it comes out? Okay,
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
we got to get midnight.
Cool. Apparently,
Midnight
we're not
releases.
going, Paul.
Okay, cool.
How's that feel?
You guys can come.
Well,
No,
yeah,
we
sure.
don't
You
want
guys
to
are-
now
you guys
that
are
we're
invited to
now that
go.
we're a secondary
You know,
option.
Ricky and I are gonna do our own thing. Okay?
Yeah, we're going somewhere else.
Listen, we already invited you to watch all the other Spider-Man with us.
Yeah,
of
but then
course
you
that-
didn't invite us to watch the new one. How rude is that?
Whatever.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you think that is rude. Also, shameless plug right now. Shameless plug. All of our merch is $5 while supplies last. Some of the things are already running out, so inventory is very low. Buy it quickly. Buy a hat. We still have some of those. Buy some shirts, and we'll just give you a ton of stickers if you say, please give us stickers in the notes, because we'll just give you all of them.
Yeah, it's true.
It is true. All right. Back to podcasting.
According to the Kingdom Hearts website, he's 5'10".
Oh, there's not.
5'10"?
Oh,
There's
not even
not a
6
chance.
feet?
There's not a chance.
Isn't that how tall you are?
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa, what are you trying to call me out? What the
I'm
heck
just
was that
kidding.
about?
You're like 6 foot.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
No, he's
No, I'm
5'8".
5'10".
Yeah.
Not 5'8".
Are you guys
fool.
both the same height, Paul, Ricky?
I'm 5'8", and I think Ricky's the same height as me. Maybe he might be. a
You're
little
not
bit taller.
5'8", bro.
Oh,
I'm 5'8", yeah.
so you lying about your height then?
No, man. I went to the doctor, and I know that I'm just under 5'10" because I got shorter because my scoliosis.
Oh, man.
Yep.
That's tragic.
Yeah, so I'm like 5'9" something.
So you're like almost goofy.
Yep.
Almost as tall as
I'm almost
Goofy.
as tall as him, but not quite.
But he is 89 years old.
He
Goofy's
is 89.
89?
I'm thinking this thing is not credible.
He's probably shrunk over time.
Yeah, he
89.
He shrunk a whole foot.
Yeah.
What's the average shrinkage rate of a dog?
Oh, at least 5.
Yeah, okay.
5. No,
Yeah.
no metric, just 5.
At least 5.
Just 5. So Israel, tell us about what you got going on in your life. We're gonna do this like a Hot Ones interview. You know, what we do at the end? It's
you
like,
should.
hey, here's the camera. Here's the camera.
Yo, that would actually
we're not
be a
fancy.
good video for you guys. Like a
Eating
hot
a bunch
ones.
of Hot Ones.
Yeah, like
I would
because you have
destroy
the
it.
last dab sauce, but
Yeah.
if you did like a whole
He would
bunch
die.
like that,
Oh, I would die.
and then just have like fan Q&A, but while you're eating hot wings.
All right, for episode 50. There you go.
No. Yeah, I'm so excited.
That's why you're here, buddy.
And Israel's going to be there, so you can join in with us.
Big
All
ass.
right.
All right.
So, did you? I want to hear what's going on in your life in a second, but you brought this up.
Yeah, let me hear it. I want to hear it.
Paul's gonna be mad.
What?
He knows what I'm about to say. When we were doing church stuff together,
No!
I'm so excited. What's about to happen?
we
How do you already know?
I don't know.
No, I mean Paul. He only said like 3 words.
we were doing a video together. Paul and I were, and we
Is it? Oh, yes.
we filmed a video, and in this video it was condiment war.
Yeah.
And each time you lost, you had to do
You play the card game war.
Yeah, whoever lost that hand, you had to move down your own grouping of condiments that just progressively got worse. The last one was the last dab. And then we both, like, just sheer luck, both got to the last dab at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, well, within one of each other.
Who did, you and Paul?
Paul and I. And so what we did was we said next hand wins. Okay. But winner takes 2 dabs.
Yeah.
Loser takes 1. So Paul lost, and he had to take 2 dabs. And
loser takes 2.
Yeah, loser.
Winner
Okay,
takes 1.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he took 2 dabs, and I had it before, and it's hot. And that stuff is hot.
Right.
If you every once in a while you get a fluke that doesn't have a seed. If you get a seed, it's like pure death, right?
Ooh.
And having nothing, like we didn't have any. It wasn't on anything, so it wasn't like
Paul's face right now.
it wasn't like a chip that like you could coat it real quick and just swallow it, right? As soon as you put it in your mouth, it just spread.
Yeah.
And then you're just trying to get water and stuff to get it down.
Oh.
Well, we get it down. We're both dying. We're sweating like crazy. We get we go to the kitchen at the church, and Paul is crying at this point.
What happened? I don't remember the end of this.
I feel.
Hey, dude, this was not in the video.
Oh, okay.
He asked us not to put it in because Paul is crying. And I'm like, don't worry, buddy. Like, it's hot for me.
Yeah.
But he had much more, and I had it before. And I'm like, don't worry, I'll get you some milk. And I'm like opening the fridge, and so like I open the fridge, and he's like where you are,
Yeah,
right? And I
yeah.
open the fridge, and I hear him be like, oh, and I close the fridge because I'm still looking for milk, and he's on the ground. And I have a picture of him on the ground like this, and he's looking at me like this.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
like a puppy.
Like the dozer eyes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's so sad. So I'm like, I'm feeling awful. So like, don't worry, buddy, I'll get you some milk. And I like open the fridge, and I'm like moving stuff, and I finally get some milk out, and I close the fridge.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He's gone. And I'm like, oh no.
He ran to the
What-
bathroom.
What happened? Then I see him, like I look down the hallway and I see him. He's like walking out front, and I like start to walk out, and I'm still recording because this is gold, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like I don't get out to where I see him. I just hear him in the grass out front, like,
no.
Oh. Oh, that's terrible, Paul.
It was worse the second time.
Did it burn coming up?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
And I had the relish came up and the mushroom.
Oh,
It was awful.
Oh gosh.
literally everything was.
Ugh.
Okay. No, that's the worst part right there. That because I've had really hot food that I've thrown up, and that stinks because it hurts coming back up.
It does stink.
It does stink. It stinks real bad. But the worst part is that you had just eaten a bunch of different random condiments that all mixed together were probably the most, like they already probably tasted like vomit.
Yeah, and we're pretty sure some of them were bad.
Oh, yeah.
Like some of them
really?
just didn't look great.
No.
And so then I kept filming, and then he came in and he was like, "Can we not put that in there?" And I was like, "Yeah, we won't put it in there, man." But I still have a picture of him, a screenshot from the video of him on like kneeling on the ground, looking up in just agony because I couldn't get rid of all the evidence.
Yeah.
So we'll post that at some point, I'm sure.
That's
but,
gold.
Anyways, you brought up the hot ones one, and I haven't got to tell that story to the masses yet. And it's one of those things that it was a moment for Paul and I.
Yeah.
Where we were both in pain, but he clearly was suffering worse than anyone I've ever seen suffer. And this is a man that comes in my house and eats like 12 corn dogs at a time. And and he's allergic to corn.
We've told that story.
This was 1,000 times worse than that.
That's like one of my favorite stories. The corn story. Paul coming over and slamming, what was it? 10 corn
I think
dogs?
it was
10 or
10,
12?
right?
Oh, gosh.
I know it was at least 8. But
Wasn't
he
it
kept
8
eating.
and then 8 more? Or-
No, it was 4, and then he went for more. And at that point, I just
4,
stopped
4,
keeping
go
track.
for more.
But all right, so what are you up to, man? Like, what's going on in your life? Tell the people know who you are a little bit, so you got to tell them more about you.
Well, I just started a new job.
Yeah,
that's
congratulations.
Yep.
Congrats. You're a
You
big
can
boy.
see, all dressed up now. Don't
Big
got
boy
paint
job?
on my hands.
Yeah, you used to paint tubs
Mm-hmm.
and other things, right?
Tubs and counters, yeah.
Tubs and
I
counters.
used to be covered in paint and my eyelashes, everything. So, I'm engaged.
Woo!
Yeah.
This guy.
It's Lauren Flowers. Yeah, we can do last name. Yeah, Lauren Flowers.
You can.
It's not going to be her last name for very long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah. It's your fiance. You can say whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want, but
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
when'd you get engaged? Oh man, I'm so sorry. I just put you on the spot like that. Whoops.
Nah, it's the cameras. Nah, I think.
Does Lauren listen to the podcast?
No, she doesn't.
Okay, where's
Oh, we're good.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, why not?
Yeah, what? Hey, what? This is your fiance.
Yeah, she actually
She'll
probably
listen to
will
this one,
listen
though.
to this
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think June.
Yeah.
June.
June. All right, cool. All right, so you've listened to every episode, right?
Yeah, except for the last
The
two.
last two? So you're pretty close,
Yeah.
Was your engagement story cooler than mine and or Alex's?
You can say yes if it's better.
Yeah,
than
we
one of
won't
us.
we won't be offended.
No, I'm not sure.
Did you listen
Like-
to our engagement story once?
Yeah, I did.
All right, cool.
I did. Yours. I liked yours with the fake out and stuff, although it is kind of mean.
Yeah.
You know?
mean.
Did you make Lauren cry?
No.
No tears of joy?
She got a little teary eyed, but
Yeah.
the problem is that she wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
So it was like, you
yeah.
know.
That's okay. Erica didn't cry either.
Yeah.
But did you make her cry in a mean way? Like
Oh no.
Yeah, like someone we
no,
know.
I didn't.
someone
do
who had people sobbing.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do any fake outs.
Yeah. No fake outs. But you were on the beach, right?
Yeah, we did it on a balcony. We're at like the third floor on this beach house that was rented, and so we were up there. You could see the ocean behind you. It was really dope. I mean, it looked really nice. I thought it went good. I just wish she was surprised. That was the
Okay.
only thing that sucks.
Let me say, that's a pretty baller way to do it. And as someone who's had some history with
Being baller.
Let me run this by you. I know you've listened to the podcast. I want to hear your thoughts on it. We know that you're pretty smooth. Hey, Ricky, you gotta stop laughing, otherwise they're not gonna be able to hear.
Just the way you introed into that was so
Such a segue.
It is. Listen,
That was perfect.
I'm trying to get the opinion of someone who I think is baller.
Yeah. Big
good.
Big is.
Big is.
You're pretty stylish.
Thank you.
Pretty baller. You got
Thank you.
nice shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Good outfits.
Mm-hmm.
You got fire fits.
Yes.
I'm pretty.
That sounded more like an Avatar Last Airbender reference than
Fire pits?
than like a cool like.
It's just because I said it. If Israel said it, it would have sounded cool. Okay.
I think it was the smirk after you said fire fits.
Yeah, it probably was. You just know it was out of place coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Well, no, it was the head tilt after you said it. Fire fits.
It was the me seeking approval. That's what it was. All right. You know about the one rose story, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. What do you think? Is a single white rose baller?
Oh yeah. I think you couldn't have topped it.
Yeah,
Especially adding the fact saying that it was baller, so that way
That's
she
what I'm saying.
knew.
Yeah.
Just in case she wasn't on the same page.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the subliminal messaging
Yeah.
you put into that story. So forever, it'll be known as a baller. But see, I agree it's baller. And I don't even think saying it's pretty baller was the issue.
Yeah.
It was the call beforehand. That's
Oh, really?
that's my thing. The fact that you told her what was gonna happen. Like that
Yeah.
that was the non-baller part. The other part is fine. Like, this is pretty baller, right? Like, I would say something goofy like that to be like, this is pretty cool, huh? Right?
Yeah,
Trying to lead. You know that the part that you told me what you're gonna do.
I'm just glad I know now that it's still baller. As long as I don't say something,
Yeah.
I can reuse it later
Yeah,
in
you
life.
should reuse
And then
it.
it's an inside
Well, it's
joke.
like your it's like your thing now.
Yeah. Now, like, 10th wedding anniversary,
It's pretty baller, right?
10 white roses.
Oh,
You see what
I
I'm
like
saying?
that.
It's like,
10 times
really
baller.
baller.
You can't really do that in the years prior to it. You can't be like 2 roses.
No.
No, but that's baller.
No, you get one shot to make this great.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
got to pick which year you want to do it.
Right.
But it will be a great. Year,
Year 3.
year 2.5. We celebrate half anniversaries.
Yeah, you just chop it. You chop it in half.
I did want to take this time to just reference our
Yes.
fan art that we have.
Oh,
We
yeah.
forgot to mention that. We got fan art that was given to us
This one's my favorite piece.
By
so I taped it
fans?
to my mic.
by fans. What does that one say?
It says it's the
Oh.
2 speech bubbles. And one says I'm Alex and I'm Ricky.
Yeah.
Well, no, the other one speech bubble says I'm Alex and the other one says I'm Ricky.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but it's my favorite.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
So if you make fan art and you want to send something in to us, we'd really like a portrait of us, 3 of us together, and with our names on it.
Blaze, Xander, and Big Is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even if you're not a great artist, that's fine. Send us what you make,
Yeah, absolutely.
but be appropriate. We don't want anything weird.
Yeah, that's true.
If you do make something weird, send it to Israel because he's not on Instagram. So
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, you got to get Paul in the portrait too, somewhere in there.
yeah,
With this
but
cheetah blanket.
not with us. On the other side of the picture, right?
Oh,
Two
yeah,
pictures.
He's in
Yeah.
2 pictures, and we can put him in the studio looking at each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
We can put Paul's here so they can see Paul. We can put ours there so we can see us. It'd be a great time.
I'm thinking about this whole Big Is thing, and I could totally see that as you having a podcast. There's like,
Really?
imagine you in like a nice like leather seat with the mic coming down, and then behind you is just like a giant neon sign that says Big Is.
Why did I think neon sign?
Because it's totally a neon sign thing. Also, Joe Rogan does that.
We
so I think
looked
it's
into
probably
getting a
similar there.
neon sign.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We really wanted to do it. It's quite expensive for the
It
intricacy
is.
that we wanted. Because, we weren't just going to buy like a cheap sign. We want a 4-foot one.
Yeah.
And so it didn't happen.
So in the future, you think you'll get one though? If this thing.
If it
You guys
takes,
start
It
making
takes
all
off.
the
Yeah,
stuff?
we can get one for sure.
I'm pretty proud of how we're doing. It's not.
Yeah.
We're not Joe Rogan, right? But we do pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
We've been selling some merch. That's what it's all about.
Am I allowed to take another shirt? I might take another shirt today.
I was actually
Do
gonna
I have
buy
to pay
one
for
now
it?
that they're only like $5, right?
Yeah. You have to pay for it now, man.
I
We
have
have
to pay for it?
limited stock. Because I know you're just gonna take one and try and give it to your wife.
No, I was gonna try and do the bleach tie-dye thing to it.
Wait till we get the next round of stuff.
All right, fine.
Yeah. Why are we talking about this on air?
I don't know. Why do we talk about anything on air?
Because it's awesome. It's
What-
entertaining.
Israel, as somebody who listens to the podcast, you, not me.
You don't listen to our podcast?
No, I guess I do, but both of us. The question doesn't.
As one of the 3 people in the universe that listens to the podcast, they're all here at this table.
I was gonna ask. See, the question doesn't pertain to me, but I was gonna ask, what do you think of our recent topics, and what would you prefer we talk about?
I like how.
snorted.
Because we were talking about, I think it was 2 podcasts ago. It was Desert Island, right? Or not Israel, Ricky, where we talked about like what
You
happened
mean
to our
Blaze?
Blaze. We were talking about like what happened to our first few podcasts.
Yeah,
where
they used to be so serious.
we used to have some serious topics.
Yeah. Did
And-
you like the serious topic?
I didn't think they were bad, but I really like the rambly random ones.
Okay.
I feel like
Us too.
that
Yeah.
fits like the name too of odd.
Yeah,
like if
that's
you guys are too on schedule, then it's like, not as
Yeah.
odd.
Now we never know what the heck is going on.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
true.
the title of
One
What
of
the Heck
my-
is Going On, episode 40. So, okay, I have a question for you. This is just turning an interview with Israel.
Yeah, sure.
That's the title of this one.
No, it's what does Israel think?
What does Israel think? What the heck is going on in Israel's brain? If you had a podcast as big as, what would your topic genre be? Because you got a lot of hobbies. You got a new hobby like every day.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it.
So you gotta choose what your podcast is gonna be. Is it gonna be about your new hobbies?
It would, it would probably either be like pop culture or fashion.
Yeah.
I don't know if fashion is included into pop culture, but
You can.
Sure, yeah.
yeah.
I think you did pop culture. You could tie it in for sure.
You could have a segment.
Yeah.
This week in fashion.
Fashion Fridays.
This week.
Fashion Fridays.
That's even better than Big Is. You've just named your podcast Fashion Friday.
Fashion
Yeah,
Fridays.
once we start making money, we'll sponsor you to start a new podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Exactly.
As long as you sell our merch on Fashion Fridays.
But you said it on this podcast, so now technically we are partial owners in Fashion Fridays.
Yep, that's
Yeah, I'm
true.
okay with that.
Intellectual rights.
You can use our studio.
You can use the studio. You got to know you got a different mic. Thank you for the Solar Sisters for allowing us to borrow one of their microphones.
Yes, thank you.
Because or else Alex and Israel were gonna cuddle to share a mic, and while they would have appreciated it, you probably wouldn't have not if you listened with your eyes.
Yeah, so on behalf of me, no thank you.
Yeah,
But on behalf of everybody else and all those who are listening, thank you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, pop culture and fashion. You know I have to ask you, Donda,
Oh,
yay or nay?
I like it. I don't think it's like his best, but given the time.
You're good, yeah.
No, yeah, okay. Straight.
You don't think it's his best?
No, I don't think it's his best, but there's tracks on there that I like.
Yeah.
I do find it really funny or kind of interesting the fact that he's a Christian, so they're not cussing or anything like that, but some of the features are.
Yeah.
So instead of like redoing it, they just bleeped it out. So like you'll be listening to it and it just cuts off for a second.
Yeah. You're right.
But
Interesting.
yeah, I like it. Jesus Lord,
Yeah.
which is such a weird like title,
name.
but that's probably my favorite song on the album.
So I really liked it. Alex, what do you think?
Of Donda?
Yeah.
I honestly
We know that you're a huge into the hip hop rap.
super huge into the hip hop
world.
rap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Eminem's and Kanye, obviously.
He goes by Ye now.
Yeah, I love Ye.
Yeah.
Officially trying to change his name.
Yay.
Like legally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Yee.
Ye. Oh yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Wait, how come it's Ye if they're Yeezys?
Well, it's Kanye.
I know, but
Yay.
they're Yeezys. How come they're not Yeezys?
Well, because it's two E's. Yee. This. Yee.
Yeah, Rick, it's
Z's.
just simple grammar.
No. Oh yeah. I forgot how much Kanye loves grammar.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't you know, Ricky?
in
Jesus Lord.
Same time.
Oh my god.
You asked me what I think about it. I haven't listened to it yet. And
You're so uncultured.
I've honestly been kind of interested, like looking forward to it in a way because there's this one guy I follow on Instagram who posts about it every day. He
one
posts
album every day.
he was posting about Donda like probably the last 2 months, like every day. There's like always memes about him waiting for Donda to come out.
That's
And
dedication, man.
He should be sponsored by Kanye because it's got me so interested. Well, obviously not interested enough to listen to it yet.
So,
but
yeah.
I am so interested in this album that I have yet to listen to it, even though it's been out.
it's fair. Maybe he
multiple
shouldn't
days.
be hired by him, but I'm interested. I
But he's
just
got a
haven't
good
listened
meme
to it yet.
page.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. He should be sponsored. Well, I haven't actually listened to it, so no, maybe not. It's hot in here.
It is.
It is
It's
really
very hot
hot.
in here today. I'm blaming Israel.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
thank
also
you.
much closer
Extra
to the
talent.
lights
Oh,
today.
yeah.
But so you listen quite often. You hear us yell at one another.
Oh, you were talking to Israel.
Yeah.
You looked at me and so
I'm
I was
looking
like,
at you,
yeah.
because he's so far away. I'm like talking over here, right? You know. So I got a couple of things I would like to clear up, and just get a third. We get a mediator.
Oh, okay. Is this like
know?
you asking about?
Yeah, I'm asking about our
Okay.
fights together. And
So
there's one-
low key therapy session.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
Is?
We just want to
That's
know
good.
your opinion. We need you to be the settling opinion on some of these things.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, on some of the things we've argued about. I want to know about slinkies.
I knew it.
I thought that was coming
I
too.
knew.
Yeah. I can admit when I'm wrong, but I'm talking about plastic slinkies.
Well, no, you can't talk about.
No, I'm saying plastic. Then we'll go to metal. I'm starting with plastic, and then we'll go to metal.
All right, but our podcast, we were talking about the plastic one, or we were talking about.
I got him.
You're playing mind games on me, Ricky.
What's your thought? Okay, fine. What's your thought on slinkies in general?
It's weird. I feel like it's such an iconic toy, but like that no one plays with. Like it's at everybody's house, but either no one plays with it or just not correctly. And you know, if you are playing with it, it will break eventually. Even if it is
definitely.
a metal one, I've destroyed metal slinkies.
Yeah.
So
Usually destroy them when you start playing with them in ways that are not designed.
Yeah,
right?
actually-
Like
yeah.
when you start doing the like pretend to throw it at someone. Did you guys ever do that?
oh yeah.
Yes.
You were the younger sibling, so you you
I got-
you got the you were
It's
the
more
one
like somebody
receiving.
throwing it. They didn't pretend. They just he threw it right.
Threw
Check
a
this
whole
out.
slinky at you.
Back, right in the face. Sorry. continue.
Well, it wasn't until I was adult that I realized that you're supposed to make it go down the stairs. I always thought you just like stretched it out. So I think that's why mine never lasts long. Because I just try to stretch it out as far as it could go.
Pull it as long as you can.
Yeah.
Did you have a plastic one or a metal one growing up?
Either. Yeah, and
Either?
I would like spin it.
Oh yeah, I do
So-
this. I do the spin.
Spin
for
it the
sure.
opposite way though, so it starts to unravel.
Where you go outside and you spin around, and then you try to get your friends to jump over it. You never do that?
Not with a metal one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ooh.
Oh my god, that sounds so dangerous. Kids are just coming in with shins cut open.
Even more dangerous in the Arizona sun, where it's just picking up all that heat.
Oh my gosh.
Go a fire whip.
Jump or you're gonna get branded. That's what you know.
You have your name carved in
Alex,
it, so your name will
I
be
think,
on
we
there.
figured, I think we figured out why you didn't have friends as a kid, and it wasn't because of the dinosaur situation. It's because you're trying to brand your friends.
Oh, is that slinkies and holsters?
Oh gosh.
He's like, welcome to second grade.
Yeah. So, wait. So you did not answer. Oh. Don't mind me. Just
Punching stuff.
hitting these things. You didn't answer whether or not
Cool or not
cool or not cool. Because that was what we.
Yay.
That's what we need to.
Yay.
Yay
Or
or
nay.
nay. N-E. Nay.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't say that they're not cool. Like I don't think they're cool. But I definitely do think like it's an iconic toy that I don't see going away.
Yeah. I think they're a
Here's
great,
my problem,
I
Israel.
think they're a great decorative piece.
Decorative.
My problem, Israel, is you haven't said yes or no. I feel
I
like
said no, it's not cool.
you said no, it's not cool.
buddy. That's right.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought,
not-
okay,
it's not.
got you. Got
Yeah,
you.
it's
That's
iconic,
validated.
but like, who's really playing with it?
I thought you said I definitely wouldn't say they're not cool.
No, I probably
And so
did.
I was like,
I probably did, but
Yeah.
Got it,
no,
got it.
Not cool.
no, they're
so
not.
you side with Ricky on that one.
That's right.
Yeah.
I feel great. You have anything you want to clear up? I don't want to clear
let's-
anything up now because I'm winning.
Let's see. Do I have any beef? I have to choose beef that I think he would say no to.
I am actually shocked right now. I'm flying high. I thought Israel was Team Slinky.
Oh man.
I mean,
no.
sorry, Big Iz. Is Israel anti-Slinky or is Big Iz? Does Big Iz have a different persona?
Oh, Big is all into the slinky.
He's I want to hang out with Big Iz.
He's just in his office, just like on the podcast, just the whole time. He just got one Slinky.
made of
Feel
gold.
Oh
No, here's the question. This isn't a debate question. Is it spelled with is it I-S or I-Z?
Iz.
All right, cool. I figure, but I just didn't
Blaze
know.
is with a Z too. Is Xander with a Z?
Xander's with an X.
Yeah.
And a Z?
And a Z.
It's
The Z.
Xander, is it?
Z-X-A-N-D. Xander.
Oh, yeah, exactly. All right, let's see. What's something I actually disagreed with you on? You okay?
Yeah, Sprite tried to kill me. Not a sponsor.
Fair enough.
Not
Here's a question. I actually don't necessarily disagree with you. No, I think I disagree with you on this. Who would you say is the best superhero?
Batman.
Ah, so he agrees with you on this one.
Oh yeah, you know me.
Yeah, I thought so.
That
I thought
was
so.
easy.
Is it just because of the Christopher Nolan movies, or is it just Batman in
No.
general?
No, I've always liked Batman.
Okay.
Because
okay.
I like Superman. Some of these other people, it's like they're so overpowered. There's
Yeah.
no threat. But you know, the fact that Batman's realistic, it puts the threat there.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Christopher Nolan trilogy is fantastic.
Just the best. We should just talk about that every week.
Yeah.
I could talk about that for...
You guys could both. I think I've expended myself on how much I could talk about Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. I just don't know enough.
We should
Wait,
we should
have you
watch that
you've seen
together.
them all?
I've
right?
seen them all, yeah.
Yeah, he was mind blowing when I was talking about the Joker scene where Joker's holding the hammer.
Yeah, I had no idea.
And the boat theory.
Yeah.
That thing,
Yeah,
the
I
more
did-
I think about it,
I did actually like your boat theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's genius. It's genius. It's the one thing that I can look at my brain and I'm like, that and the bees.
You done good.
The bees conspiracy. Those are the two things that I'm most proud of in my life that my brain has come up with. And I don't know what that says about me, but I'm happy about it.
What, you didn't like your recorder theory?
Oh, the recorder one's good too. I just don't think I haven't fleshed that one out as much yet.
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
The
working
bee
on it.
one continues to just become more and more real.
Become?
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
So you
What
won,
a-
you've won both of those.
yeah. You got any other ones?
I don't remember any. I honestly, the amount of stuff that I remember from our podcast is very, very little.
Yeah, you. I don't know why I'm sitting like this.
I don't know. You look great though.
This is my power pose because
Yeah.
I'm up.
You're feeling good.
you're
Yeah,
feeling good about yourself?
I'm feeling good, but I also have a back of a 50-year-old, so I sit like an old man. Hey, kids.
I have a question. When Ricky and I debate or argue or whatever it is we do on our podcast, communicate in loud voices, who do you find yourself agreeing with more often?
That's a good question.
And just in general.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That'll help me know.
You're trying to humble me a little right now, huh?
No, I don't know. I feel like I'm already humbled.
I don't know. That's a tough question. Because I don't know. Like you said, I feel like I don't really remember all the debates you guys get into.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to see, like, just a general feeling.
Well, I was saying...
Why do you keep going?
This is my serious talking point hand. Okay?
You married Tony and she's Italian. All of a sudden you're Italian now?
Yeah.
Rubbing off on you.
Hey, you guys, what do you agree with?
That's my new Xander personality. He's Italian.
Xander the Italian.
Xander's
Hey
making
guys,
pizzas.
welcome back to the podcast.
No, I would say I'm actually surprised at how much so far I have agreed with Ricky.
Ah,
I
it's
do-
you.
Me too!
Yeah, I feel like I would agree with you
Anyone
more.
agrees with me.
Yeah.
Dang.
This has been the best podcast we've ever done.
Let's get Paul up here. He agrees with you more often too. Paul, come. No.
Well, one of the things that people don't realize is that part of what is just naturally happens between the two of us is when we're on air, whatever you call it, when we're recording, we really play off of each other.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like, and not to like spoil the magic, not like we're faking it, but like we just kind of take on this persona that whatever we're in that mood that we're in that week, like when I go on my rants, and Alex knows that like my hope when I go on that is really I'm just creating something ridiculous that he's going to push back on so that we can just keep going down this ridiculous rabbit hole. So like with the bees one, when he was like, well, what about the honey? And I was like, well, I know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Like we've done this enough and we know each other enough. I knew where he was going to go in response to my bee theory. I knew he was going to ask about the honey. Just because we don't, and I was like, I'm like chess moves setting him up, and then like when he countered, I don't remember one of the other ones you countered with something else, and I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting it. So like the playing off of each other that we do here it's natural. Like we're not scripting really anything. Most days we show up, we don't even know what we're talking about. But
absolutely true. Yeah.
But the other part is like we kind of play off it and use our personas for more the fun and entertainment for our. Especially the arguments part of like, we neither of us cared about Slinkies, but it was just like
Speak for yourself, man.
but just coming in and starting to have that kind of fun debate is, I don't know, I think it's almost like therapeutic to be able to just argue with someone that you care
to
about
raise your
and love.
voice a little and
Yeah. You're like, I care about this, and you really know you don't. You're like, whatever. My life doesn't change if 100% of people had voted Slinkies were cool, my life would have still been the same. I would have been like, yeah, Slinkies or whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's so much more fun to argue about little random things that don't make sense. Or things that you're not even necessarily like on that side for, but you just want to be different.
Yeah.
For the sake of the argument.
Just to be
you know?
contrarian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's where I end up on most of these things. Like when I come up with a
Just
recording
going
theory,
for
I'm
it,
just
yeah.
like, I'm just going to go for it. I don't care what people think. And then later, I see people like, Alex handles most of our Instagram stuff, so people are like messaging him, and I'm like, I just feel like I'm getting roasted in the messages right now. So every once in a while, I just pop in and like defend myself, and then I just like see myself out, and Alex is like the nice one commenting back and forth to people for like 40 messages. Like the other day, he was talking to someone, and it was literally like just back and forth. I think it was Charlie. You and Charlie were just going back and forth, and I'm just like getting all these notifications on my watch. I'm like, they were literally in a group chat with all of our friends having a conversation, and on Instagram having a conversation about two different things.
Well, here's what Charlie said, because we were talking last week, about the superhero power stuff. We talked about that, about mind reading and how it was a terrible superpower. And after listening to it, I don't even know if she remembered that that's what she said.
Yeah.
But she was like, oh, I'd actually want the superhero power to be able to solve crimes. And I was like,
So she just wants to be Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's pretty great. You could be a very legal superhero. You know, most superheroes are very vigilante.
Yeah.
But you can just do it by the justice system.
That's true.
That's cool.
What's your superpower then you go into?
Oh, mine would be control time.
Oh, man.
You got to listen to our episode. We can't say anything now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We had some
Too many
major
problems,
issues with that. Yeah. We won't say anything. We won't spoil it.
Well, I know one of the ones you used to bring up all the time was, because I would say you could stop time, go back to bed, feel refreshed, play time, and no time's gone by, but you got to sleep for another 3 hours. But then you started talking about like, oh, time moves faster and this, that.
Yeah, there's a lot of physics involved.
Too many physics.
I don't even know if it's.
But
physics.
like if it's like fantasy
science.
and we're just making it up, then like really?
Then time would be.
If
cool.
if it can be whatever you say, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I just think it breaks too many physics that you just like you break the whole world if you have that.
But
power.
what superpower isn't breaking?
Flying. It's the dumbest thing in the entire world.
Or being able to control metal.
How is flying not breaking physics?
That's pretty much.
Control metal bands.
What do you mean? How it's flying? People can technically fly right now in squirrel suits.
Yeah.
No, they're gliding.
What
They're
about
just
like
falling.
what about like
That's
Iron
all
Man?
flying is.
Falling with style. As Buzz
All
Lightyear
flying
says.
is
Exactly,
gliding.
yeah.
You can fly forever.
No,
hang
you can
glider.
fly straight up.
Like Iron Man. Iron Man does it. He's got like jet.
Well, see, but I'm
What are
saying
they
like
called?
if you were to
Turbo
just start
blasters.
flying, you know,
Right.
like that's breaking the laws of physics.
No, birds do it. It's not breaking the laws of physics. It's breaking human.
Yeah, that's what if a human does
Nature.
it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see. What if we put a bunch of feathers on him? And they turn him into a bird?
He's not. He's
Well,
not
'cause
flapping.
feathers
He
is-
just has feathers on him.
Well, I think the premise here is that feathers are very light, so by the associative principle, the human becomes very light, and they
Yeah.
can jump off the ground and float like a
Yeah.
feather
Yeah, I agree.
with the same upward force.
What is your most controversial opinion? Like, we talk about ridiculous controversial opinions all the time. Do you believe...
Controversial opinions, like political opinions?
Yeah, tell us your... No. Like,
We about to get a real serious podcast out of Israel right now.
Big is. This is big,
Big
is.
is.
Uh,
Yeah, I gotta get those
the bees.
sunglasses.
Do you have any
Yeah, you
crazy
do.
conspiracy theories? Or maybe not so crazy?
I don't have any crazy conspiracy theories. Probably like one of the more controversial opinions would just be I really don't like the 90s.
No.
We were
What?
talking about that before. Yeah, it's just so
I'm
overhyped.
offended.
And the 90s isn't that bad. It's the 90s kids
Oh,
that
yeah.
just
Yeah, I
are
would
so
agree with that.
obnoxious that I can't
Yeah.
stand it.
You know what I can't stand? When kids are born in like 96 or later. And they're like,
Keep
I'm
going.
a 90s kid.
Keep
No,
going.
you're not. You're not a 90s kid.
That's what 90s kids mean.
No.
You're a kid who was born in the 90s.
That is not what a 90s kid means.
That's what it is.
No, it's
all right?
not. Born in the
Well,
90s
like,
and being a 90s
yeah.
kid. You weren't a kid. You were still a toddler.
Yeah, you
Gosh,
could
I
be like a
can't-
90s baby.
Yeah, you're not.
Paul.
Oh,
Paul.
you could call
Don't
yourself a
even-
90s
no.
babe.
90s babe. That's
Even better.
That is better. It's gonna be my new Instagram handle.
Babe.
It says, Jesus follower, husband to Tony,
90s
babe.
Oh. I
You
was-
should do it. Please do it.
What's
Look
the
for
def-
1 week.
What's the definite? I'll do it. I'll do it right now. No, I'll do it after the podcast. Unless you want me to do it right now. I don't care. What is the definition of kid? That's what I wanted Paul to look up.
Depends.
All right.
Baby goats are kids.
Are they? Is that what they're
Yeah.
called?
Yep. Animal facts. When are we gonna do an animal episode?
Okay. We should do a quiz on what
We
the
should.
different like name. You know how they have like a murder of crows,
Yep.
right? And they have like I think it's like a rampage of rhinos or something like that. I don't remember what it is, but they all these different groups of things
Yeah.
have weird names.
Mm-hmm.
And one time when I was working at Dutch Bros, I did this whole shift where I was just coming up with random ones in my head with like two of my other coworkers and just telling one of our coworkers and just be like, "Did you know that this is called a this?" And they were believing us the entire time. And
Really?
it was the best. So we should do a
So
quiz.
now we don't trust you.
Yeah, probably not. You don't know if it's a rampage of rhinos. I could have made that up.
I do know it's called the School of Fish.
Mm-hmm. I did hear that.
Yeah.
Yep. Wait, so you didn't? Oh, you said the 90s.
Yeah. It's just like you see the memes of it'll be like an electrical box, like
Yeah.
outside of houses or something. It'll be like, oh, all the 90s, the cool spot for 90s kids or something. And it's like, I was born in 2000 and did the exact same thing. Or it'll be like there's just so many things like that where
Yeah.
it's like they think they're so exclusive and niche and cool. And it's like, we all did this.
Yeah.
We all experienced this.
Although I would say the big difference now is like,
Age.
well, is the- but that was the big difference then too, is the technology aspect of it. Like, I remember getting a Game Boy Color when it was coming
Yeah.
out. When did a Game Boy Color come out? Will you look up that one?
2002.
2002.
Was it 2002? And because I remember being like actually old enough to like know, you know what I'm saying? Like now kids like 3 years old have an iPad, and it's like just normal. But I was like, I remember
it has color.
my dad got the Game Boy Color, and it came, and I had the Pikachu edition, which was like a limited edition one.
I was right. 98.
Was 98?
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here. You weren't even born yet.
I was born in 98,
Child.
January 17th. I guarantee you I was born when it came out.
When did it release?
If
January
it came out in
1st?
the first 2 weeks of January, then I'm a liar. That's just plain and simple.
So I remember that, like, and remember my dad telling me the story of wanting to get that one because I wanted the yellow edition because it had Pokemon on it. And had Pikachu and all this, you know. It was yellow and blue, I think, if I remember correctly. Yellow on the front, blue on the back. But now those are like crazy expensive, and we don't know where that one went. Pretty sure it got lost in a move or something. But that just remembering like getting that was crazy technology, right? You had the little cartridge that went back, but then very quickly how that moved. Where I was born in '94, you're born in 2000.
2000, yeah.
The difference in technology from like my 8 years old to your 8 years old, even just in that, is crazy to me. How it's advanced so fast, where at that point people were linking Game Boys and being able to have
the Game Boy Advanced or the Game Boy SP that you flipped like a cell phone.
And I remember having those things, but like much older, right? But at that age, like we didn't get to duel people. Like that wasn't a thing that you were just figuring out. Like, look at this new game, this new technology we have.
Right.
Then it was getting to this point where you could actually do that with your friends. Where instead of just like showing your friends, like, look what I'm doing on my Game Boy, that shift,
became multiplayer.
Yeah, that shift in gaming, being in that area was just crazy how fast that happened. So I think that was one of the big changes from like early '90s kids to like the 2000s kids. That
like just technology in general.
Yeah, and like the use of it, of like nowadays you hand a 3-year-old an iPad and they know
what
things
to do.
Yeah, they know how to use it and probably use it better than most of our parents do.
Yeah, it is crazy how well kids growing up now are gonna understand basic technology. Like, I mean, like, there's just a different type of intuition that if you grow up with it and see it advanced, that you just know it like, I don't know, automatically or something.
Yeah, it's very strange, but that's the biggest thing. But I can understand the 90s kid thing is kind of annoying. Yeah. But man, when we had my 90s party and everyone came dressed up, that was my favorite.
Yeah, that was dope.
And I still want another reason to wear that outfit. I don't feel like I could just wear it out. I feel like one, it's too hot.
You gotta wear it on the Blazing Xander.
Yeah,
podcast.
That is the Blazing Xander with my glasses.
It is.
Yeah.
It's great. And there's my hat. I still got my hat over there. See, my fanny pack hat. It's way too small for my head,
but it's cool though.
Yeah. Is there anything you felt like you should say? You've been listening a long time. This is your platform, and that's terrifying for you. But we want to give you a platform to be able to say, you finally you're the first guest on here. You get to make that this is one small step for an odd man, but one giant leap for the Oddcast.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Ricky.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Man,
I was just trying to stall to give him more opportunity.
Yeah, that's good. I was considerate.
I don't know.
We don't want to just talk the whole time. He's here.
Right. We don't want to talk the whole time, but we want to talk enough
that he doesn't feel weird.
Plenty of time to think about it.
Yeah.
He's clearly still thinking about it. So
No, I mean, I'm honored to be the first guest. I think that's super dope.
Yeah.
And it's cool seeing all the behind the scenes stuff, like Paul giving us the countdown and all the little stuff you don't see.
Do you know? Do you when you're not involved and you're just listening, and we say, "Hey, Paul, tell us stuff." Do you? I mean, sometimes he yells out, but do you think he's actually Googling stuff? Is that clear?
Okay.
Because I always think about the fact I'm like, a lot of times they can't hear Paul. Like, Paul could actually not be here, and no one would know.
We should do that sometime.
I feel like you can hear him now.
Can you?
Yeah.
Good.
You're gonna hear him every now or a good amount of the time. Here's my question.
This room is not that big, so I don't know why you can't hear him ever.
When we cut the video halfway through, do you notice the cut? Because you watched the video.
Bro,
we already talked.
You're breaking the magic.
We already talked about the time counting down thing. It's okay. Now I just have another question.
Oh yeah, we're exposing all the secrets.
That's fine. We're exposing it.
All of my flaws.
All of Paul's flaws. Yeah. Can you notice that Paul isn't great at seamlessly cutting us?
No, I think it's pretty good for the most part, except when you guys announce it.
Like
so
right
we've
now?
already announced it. He said we've already done it, Ricky.
Oh, goodness.
We can expose more.
30-minute mark.
We're actually missing a couple lights today, if anybody noticed.
Yeah. Well, we had to display our wonderful work art.
That's true.
All right, Israel. So we normally ask Alex for words of wisdom, and we'll still do that. But what should we ask Israel? We have to do something for all of our guests. We got to come up with this on the spot now. If you're listening to us, bear with us as we figure this out.
Yep.
Well, Paul's so seamless at cutting it, he could just
That's true.
cut it and put it in.
Paul wanted to go home early. Now he's just getting roasted.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Oh man,
I say we do.
it's
do
so
a couple
hot in
things.
here, man. What?
They, as in Israel or any other further guests, have to rank you, me, and Paul on just a scale. Who's the best?
At what though? We got to give them a category.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good idea.
What category do you want to rank us in? We let them choose a category.
And then we rank our. No, you can rank us.
Category seamless cuts. Ricky, Alex, Paul.
Ricky, you do a good job on our TikTok.
Yeah.
Whenever you.
No, I'm a TikTok. I'm moving on.
You know what's
Never mind.
terrible about that is the TikTok cuts are literally just straight jump cuts. They're just like stop here, new screen.
Yeah,
Whereas
but do you
Paul's
know
is-
how long it takes? You watched on the last one where I'm like going through the smallest of frames trying to make sure it cuts fine. Because it just looks so weird because you have 1 minute and you're trying to fit all this stuff and it's like cut.
Yep.
Paul has to do a lot more work and I just do it on my phone and
Yeah.
well, TikTok gets a lot
It is
more
nice
views.
when you.
Because YouTube sucks.
But we love you, Paul, and we're thankful for all that you do. You're the captain.
Yes.
And we wouldn't have any of this set up without you. Well, we'd have the wall.
Well, we'd have the lights. They just wouldn't look good. But I brought
That's
the
true.
lights.
Yeah. We'd have the lights.
They would just be over there with all the other stuff that we bought that we haven't used.
All the other
We might still have the old lights. Do you remember those ones that look terrible on camera?
They're over there.
We probably wouldn't have these lights.
All right. Well, we're thankful you came on, man.
Yeah, I'm happy you guys had me. This
Yeah.
is dope.
You're a huge part of our life, and you're a huge supporter of the Oddcast and one of the noble members of the Odd Squad. You know, you listen and you give
Oh,
us
I'm
insight.
an official member?
Oh, you're official member
Official,
for
yeah.
sure, man.
Ooh, I'm nice.
You give us a ton of insight into just kind of how we can make it better and stuff. So, you know, if you guys listening, we want to, if you want to be on here one episode, just let us know. We're open to that.
Yeah.
Just come hang out with us.
Let us know.
You gotta pitch a topic though. If you want to be on the Oddcast, you have to pitch a topic that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And it's got to be good. Because, I mean, the content that you get out of us is next level, man. All right, Alex. What's your words of wisdom, my man?
Words of wisdom. Oh.
You're good.
Getting a little crackle in the mic. Words of wisdom.
For sure.
Words of wisdom. Based on today. Could you... What? I haven't even said anything, Ricky. This is the face I do every time I give her the words of wisdom.
And you go like this.
And I always change my timbre voice.
Yeah. And
Words today.
you're looking at something, but I don't know what you're looking at.
I'm looking at the wisdom. That's what I'm looking at. Get you some friends who can tell you when things are baller. So you don't have to ask your ladies. Well, lady. Just one lady. Follow-up wisdom.
Good save, buddy.
Only have one lady.
Lastly, we just want to start a petition to get Israel back on Instagram because he's not, and we miss him because he always likes things of ours. And you know, one less like means a lot right now.
That's like half our likes. Because I don't like them either. It's just you.
When you like it as the opposite.
Yeah.
When Alex responds to our account with our Instagram account, and he's like, "Oh, didn't even know."
I'm taking the official stance at that point. Yeah.
When you're like, "This is a great question." thinking it's some other business account.
Who posted this? What a genius.
Oh my goodness. Well, again, thank you, Israel. We are so glad that you're here, being the first official guest, and we'll have you draw something so you can officially leave your mark on the wall. If you want to send in some fan art, we would love that. You can always DM us for if you live away and can't get it to us. We can always pick it up, but you can always send it to us, and we'll give you an address. But all of our merchandise is $5 now. Stickers are 50 cents still, but we're trying to throw a bunch of those in for free. All of our merch. If you buy a hat or shirt, we throw a ton of stickers in there. So $5 each. Buy your own. And Israel, as being our first guest, we'll just gift you a t-shirt and a hat for being here today.
Oh, really? Dope.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, thanks for listening. And remember, stay up.